Next, we're going to access elements inside lists by using indexing and slicing, which is actually a very exciting part of Python now with using lists. Let's actually go and put that all right here. So then we have A is a list that contains all integers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. There are going to be 6 elements inside this list. And actually, let's just start with the first parts of accessing indexes that are non-negative. So a of 0, in Python 0 is the first element, if that is clear. So a of 0 is going to be 2, and then a of 2 is going to be the third element, so 0, 1, 2, right? So then you have, when you print this, you see that a of 0 is going to be 2, and then a of 2 is going to be 5. Right, so we see that right here. And then if we actually, so with accessing positive elements, you intuitively start from 0 and go all the way up to the length of the list minus 1, because you have good elements that start from 0, so you would have 6 elements here, which goes to index 5. Next, we can actually access negative indices, and that actually goes from the end of the list. So a of -1 is going to start at 13, and you would print out a of -1 is 13, but then for -3, you just count from there. So -1 is here, -2 is here, and then -3 is there. So these statements would print out 13 and then 7. So we see that right here. And that is with using negative indices in Python. And we can also, I'm just going to grab this case for last, we can also access slices. So so arguments inside a list with a specified start and end step, so start and end step. And it works like range kind of, where you start at the first index and you go all the way up to, but not including the last one. So a of 0 colon 2 goes from 0 and then 1. So a of 0 colon 2 is actually going to give you 2, 3, the list of 2, 3, and a of 1 to 4 is going to give you the list of starting at the first index, which is 3, 3, 5, 7, and then this is going to be 1, 2, and 3. Right? So you get, when you slice a list, you end up getting the same class type list back with the corresponding elements inside that specified start and end step index. And lastly, you can do it in step sizes actually. So if we go from 1 to 6, we're going to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically all these elements right here, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. And we're going to go in step sizes of 2. So as you would expect, you start at 3, and you skip 5, you get 7, and you skip 11 and get 13. So you have a list of 3, 7, and 13, which is exactly what you see here. So these are just neat. This is a really short way to see that you can get positive and negative indices in Python for lists, and you can also access different elements of a list by hopping around in steps or just going from a specified start and end, but not including the end.